My name is Taka, and was attacked at Gugulet where I was renting. It was a homophobic attack, and that which ended up with me having to run away from cooks to shelter, social worker to a shelter, and then from this shelter I studied about a year and a half at Boston College. Dropped out of my second year due to my mom losing a job. Was homeless for about 4.5 years in Cape Town. I didn't want to go back to Eastern Cape because it was like I just there was also issues from back home because I was like gang raped at age 18. So I wanted to pursue a career, something change, something different, because there was so much pain back home to where I just thought maybe Cape Town would be different, but then yeah, it was not so much different, but yeah. To where I spent like 4 years sleeping on the bench on Company Gardens. It affected me a lot because emotionally it was it was very it's a very dark space to be in because you end up having to not interact socially with people. You end up disconnect, sort of, yeah. Because that disconnect for the 4.5 years, I was like 3 years just stuck on this bench, just watching people walking from, up and down in fear. And to what happened in Googs when I was attacked by the guy, which added more to what happened to the past, and then not having to deal with all of that just kept me locked. It's I'm still going through a lot of emotions about it. Having to have my family feel that it's I've kind of like embarrassed the family name, having to have continued to stay in Cape Town, which was not what I intended, but yeah. So yeah, it's still an emotional journey even now, which is why I still come back and paint or work here. When I paint or when I'm drawing, it's like I get into a place where it's like I'm able to deal with my emotions, spiritually, mentally. So I'm able to deal with the things that I'm not able to, and get answers to it, and to movement and moving on, having to peacefully move on by having to have met a woman called Sarah who just befriended me, and then we started a blog, and I was writing about my story as trauma. So I drew a woman named Michelle. So it was from then on it became therapeutic. I was frustrated of being on the streets because I did portraits, homeless portraits, because it was just homeless guys that I was around, and some communities, but it was mostly homeless portraits. So and as it ended up being that I was interviewed by Sunday Times, and from the Sunday Times it was on the radio, KFM. From KFM we went to Carte Blanche, and from Carte Blanche and then I received a scholarship. From the scholarship, which I'm attending at Ruth House, which this year was my second year. So a lot has come out of me just picking up a stick and burning it. And yeah.
It's her name. Wow. Wow, Kuma.
Pesto, so now, recently due to school, I've started enjoying painting, using paint.